Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today we're looking at photos taken 1 second before disaster.
Plane crash in Taiwan. We kick things off with a plane crash of epic proportion.
I can be the only person who's low-key scared of getting into a plane crash. I don't know why, but I feel like I'd be able to survive it, but I just wouldn't.
On February 4th, 2015, disaster struck Taiwan. A domestic plane of TransAsia Airways that was carrying 58 passengers crashed into the Keelung River just moments after taking off.
Whoa, did you just say how that thing proper went in front of the camera? That wasn't a photo, that was like a video. That is so scary because I used to always watch air crash investigations whenever I was younger. My mum for some reason made me watch it, and now I've low-key got a fear of getting into a plane.
Hundreds of people witnessed the horrifying event and couldn't believe their eyes as they watched the giant plane plunge into the river. One witness who was in their car during the crash was able to capture this shocking photo of the plane minutes before it came face to face with the ground below.
Okay, so it's really scary that that plane literally crashed into like a river, but it nearly hit that car. Imagine what the drivers and passengers of that car are thinking. They literally got hit by a plane.
According to reports, the pilot had mistakenly pulled back the wrong side throttle seconds before the catastrophe occurred. After an engine flameout, the pilot accidentally shut down the only working engine.
Okay, I don't know what's going on with that pilot, but that pilot frankly should not be a pilot. It's so scary that literally two people driving the plane have got your life in their hands. Also, by the way, plane crashes are quite rare, but they still happen. But like, isn't it scary how they've literally got so much power?
Tragically, the pilot's mistake cost the lives of 43 people on board and injured 17, including 2 who were on the ground, which goes to show that pilots need to be extremely careful in the industry that they work in.
People literally died, like, isn't that so sad? And then people also survived, but they're like gonna remember that. Imagine having like a memory or like a flashback of you being in a plane crash. I wonder what it's like it must happen so quickly. But wouldn't it be freaky how you were literally one of the 17 that survived?
Tragic tsunami final moment. Back in December of 2004, the horrific Indian Ocean earthquake erupted the earth and everything around it.
I am literally obsessed with the sea, and I think tsunamis are so cool. Whenever I was younger, I really wanted to like witness one and be caught up in one. I don't anymore because I die. But if you're ever at the beach and you see like the water go out, or it's out really far and there's like a big wave coming, run, it's a tsunami.
It was so severe that it registered at a magnitude of 9.1 to 9.3, resulting in a string of devastating tsunamis that reached up to 100 feet high in Southeast Asia. To this day, the earthquake is recorded as one of the deadliest natural disasters in history.
Isn't it like so scary how something like the ocean, which is seen as like a really nice place to visit, can literally create that much destruction? I just find it so crazy how like that happens. And you don't know, like it could literally happen any minute. For somebody watching this video, an earthquake could literally hit you within the next hour and a tsunami within the next 5 hours. It happens that quickly.
Claiming the lives of more than 200,000 people and causing billions of dollars in damage and destruction to property.
Isn't it just so crazy how that was literally because of like the earth and the sea? The water literally shoots in and sucks everything out. 200,000 people lost their lives, and there probably are people who are still missing. Think of it, them missing people, their bodies and bones are out in the ocean somewhere. They might never be found, or like one day somebody will just come across a skull.
Among those who tragically lost their lives in the tsunami was 31-year-old Deborah Garlick from England, who was vacationing in Thailand at the time. When her parents received her daughter's possessions, they found this photograph, which was likely taken shortly before the tragic event took place.
In that photo, you can literally see there's loads of people at the beach and it all looks calm, and then soon the tsunami would have hit. It's also quite crazy to think that she was like 30 in that photo, 31, something like that. How many years ago was that tsunami? It was about 18 years ago. So she now would have been close to 50. Isn't it crazy how whenever somebody dies, like the world doesn't stop, the world continues? And it's gonna be like that one day for us. Like one day we're all gonna die, but like people are just gonna have to live with it.
It's hard to imagine that Garlick was all smiles in this photograph, only to be battling with vicious waves that consumed her a few minutes later.
Exactly, like it literally comes out quickly, and that's why it's so scary. So yet again, if you're ever at the beach and there's been like an earthquake, or like the water's really far out when it's not really meant to be that far out, and then you see like a big wave or like the water coming in quickly, run, get to the highest possible place you can, hopefully like a hill, because what is coming your way is a tsunami.
Space Shuttle Challenger disaster. There's nothing as terrifying as seeing your death flash before your eyes, especially especially when you know that you're completely helpless and your fate is resigned to the gods. On January 28th, 1986, NASA sent the Space Shuttle Challenger into space.
I think I've heard of this before. If I am correct, I think the spaceship like blew up in the sky in front of people on live television. That's just terrifying.
Tragically, the shuttle exploded only 73 seconds after takeoff over the coast of Cape Canaveral, Florida. The crash took the lives of all 7 members on board, which included 5 astronauts and 2 payload specialists.
And that literally happened in live television in front of the families as well. I can deal with that. Like, imagine your daughter, like your mom, going up into space. You see them in the spacecraft and then it literally blows up. Genuinely is terrifying. Like, they probably knew in the back of their head there's a possibility we are gonna die. I wouldn't know how to deal with that. It's kind of like whenever people go off to the army or like just out in their normal day with the police, NHS, the army. They don't know what's gonna happen. They could like not come back.
It left America speechless. This photograph is one of the many that was taken of the crew just moments before takeoff, as the brave team of 7 waved goodbye to their adoring fans and got ready to board the Challenger.
And little did they know that that would be like the last photo and video of them ever taken. 1986, that was how many years ago? 35 or 36 years ago. Yet again, it's crazy how time flies. Like, I wasn't born whenever that happened. But if I am correct, I remember my parents told me that they remember watching that on television. Like, it was a big thing.
Selfie gone wrong. Since the dawn of social media, there's been a crave amongst teenagers to take the best selfie so as to impress their followers.
I'm sorry, but people who climb onto buildings like that and take photos freak me out. How can you literally climb up to the top of the building, hold on with one hand and take a photo? I've got a feeling I know what's gonna happen. They're gonna have taken a selfie and then they're gonna fall.
But sometimes, this desire can lead to dire consequences, and possibly death.
I just don't like how they're literally stood in the top. Like, is that not terrifying? Obviously, people have different fears, but I could not do that. If I was up there, I would literally hold on and cry.
Xenia Ignatieva from Russia was an 18-year-old girl known for taking her selfies to a whole different level, quite literally.
Of course, it's a Russian. Like, that only would happen in Russia. I've noticed that things like that, like daredevils, are always from, like, Ukraine or Russia. I'm telling you, them people have something in their food because they're always up to crazy things. Taking selfies with bears, climbing buildings like it's crackers.
She would climb to great, and not to mention dangerous heights, just to get the perfect shot. The amateur photographer and daredevil decided to snap a photo of herself on a 30-foot high bridge in St. Petersburg. She suddenly slipped and took a dramatic fall to her death.
Like, that literally could have been avoided if she didn't climb up these buildings. But for some reason, she enjoyed doing that. It must have just been like the adrenaline. Like, that is awful. Adrenaline's kind of like nicotine. Like, whenever you get hit with like adrenaline, I don't know how to describe it. Like, it just makes you feel different.
However, it wasn't the fall itself that tragically ended the teenager's life. It turns out that as she fell, she tried to grab onto the wires of the bridge in order to stop her momentum and ended up getting electrocuted by 1500 volts. There was no way she could survive.
Okay, so I'm confused. Would the electricity have killed her or would the fall have? Either way, something bad would have happened or she probably would have ended up paralyzed. But that is why you don't climb big buildings. Don't do it, guys. I know you might want to do it and might want to look cool, but you'll probably die.
The Titanic. The sinking of the Titanic in 1912 is still one of the most famous disasters in history.
Okay, so I'm gonna say this and it's gonna make me sound really crazy. A lot of you guys know the Titanic was built in Belfast, where I was born. Fun fact, my great-great-great-great-grandfather, I'm not sure how many greats, he was the chief timekeeper of the Titanic. Basically, he would make sure everyone turned up in time to, like, work in the boat. So my bloodline, like, my family literally helped with the Titanic. He literally was the timekeeper. Like, isn't that so crazy?
When it was built, it was the largest passenger liner ever and was promised to be an unsinkable ship. Unfortunately, after colliding into an iceberg in the North Atlantic Ocean, the ship, which was under-equipped with life jackets and lifeboats, sunk to the bottom of the ocean only 2 hours and 40 minutes later.
Isn't it crazy how it literally sunk? I swear it's also still underwater. Like, there are photos of it under the water. That would have just been like so eerie. Like, months beforehand, people would have been on that boat, living, eating, laughing, and now it's just at the bottom of the ocean.
The tragic event claimed the lives of over 1,500 people, making it one of the most fatal peacetime maritime disasters of all time. This is the last known photograph of the Titanic afloat and was reportedly taken by the Irish Jesuit priest Francis Brown.
That was literally the last photo of it ever taken. See this right here? This has got my family history in it. And now the boat literally sunk. Yet again, the ocean's quite scary. Like, it literally got hit by like a big ice cube or like a glacier thingy, and then it sunk.
When the stunts don't work out, being a stuntman or daredevil is one of the most high-risk careers in the world.
Yet again, why are people on top of buildings? I don't like this. Like, I don't like stunts. I don't understand why people want to do this. I certainly wouldn't. Like, I would actually die. I'm telling you right now, if I got to the top of the building and I like looked over the top, I would faint.
As you put your life on the line for the entertainment of others, you never know which day could be the day the Grim Reaper cashes in on your life.
I mean, I'm gonna be completely honest, whenever I watch some videos I don't enjoy them, I literally like nearly poo myself. I'm kind of watching the video like that, like I'm not looking at it, but then I also am.
Pavel Kashin was one particular daredevil from Russia who met his demise while performing a stunt.
Yet again, it's from Russia. Like, what is up with these Russians? I'm telling you, I haven't got a thing against Russians, but they're always up to crazy things. Yet again, we've got another stunt devil person. They probably have lost their life.
He was often capturing himself on video performing life-threatening stunts involving jumping, leaping, and rolling around various obstacles such as cliffs, walls, and rooftops. In 2013, he performed the stunt that cost him his life when he flipped off a 16-floor building but failed to land safely. Pavel's friend was filming at the time, and many people passing by had to witness his shocking and terrifying fall to his death.
Oh my god, why would you do that? Like, he literally lost his life doing a stupid stunt. Do these people make money from the stunts? Obviously, if the videos get a lot of views, then they'll make money. But, like, they're not getting paid a wage to do that. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the video. That was some photos taken 1 second before disaster. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, press the big red subscribe button, and yes, I'll see you all in the next video.